What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut, and we're here with the broest bro car that has ever broed, the Dodge Hellcat. It's got so much power, dude, it'll blow your panties off just looking at it. You rev your motors and all the dudes are like, oh my god, is that a Hellcat? And all the girls are like, ew, I don't like it. Alright, so, legit, fan requested. I think you guys are my fans. You might be my enemies, dude. I don't know, man. You guys drive me nuts, bro. I was pulling my hair out. I was up really late last night trying to get gameplay footage. Okay. This is not a good car. It is not a great car. It is not a meta car. It is not a fun car. It is a boat that doesn't turn. But I've optimized it the best that I could, and I actually won an uncomfortable amount of races in it. I've got 4 races at the end of this gameplay footage. I only queued up with lobbies of randos. I wouldn't ever submit the Cornnut crew to such tactics as this. I'm happy to bring it to you guys. It was quite a challenge. I like that. I asked Nil if he would help me. He said, oh, hell no. I'm not putting my name on that. Nope, nope. That's you, dog. You enjoy your time. Have fun. Go play in your little Hellcat. And so I was up really late. Messing with this, trying to get something out so I could just follow up like the next day with the car that you guys voted on. So, for those of you that don't know, the SRT Viper video yesterday, I said, hey, what car do you want to see? Whatever comment gets the most likes, I'll build it. Same thing goes for today. So, drop a comment down below what car you want to see me build, and I will build it to whatever class I can get it competitive in and make a video on it. And we're just doing fan requests. I like this. We'll do this until it's stale or until something else happens, because I think it gives you guys some impact on what I'm doing over here, and I like that a lot. So drop a comment down below, put a like on it, and so guys, go down and look through the comments, find somebody else that maybe has already commented the car you want, and leave a like on it. So whatever comment gets the most likes within a couple of hours or 5 or 6 hours, by tonight or by late in the morning, depends on how much it takes me to get around to it, I will start working on the car and try to follow up with another video really quickly. And I'll just crank these things out as fast as I can make them, because it's kind of fun. It gives me something to do. I mean, like, it really is rejuvenating me, even though I hate this car, and I think you guys are savages, and you knew what you were doing when you voted for this. And so, I don't know if you're fans or frenemies, but whatever. With friends like these, who needs enemies, right? Much love, you guys. So that being said, I've made this Hellcat, and I live with regret. This thing is wild. I don't know if you guys have actually got this car yet or put the kits on it. You can put so many wings, spoilers, and aero pieces. I don't, like, the car would never leave the ground anyway because it's not fast enough, but, like, unreasonable. And then slap some 22s and some white walls on it, and we got the bro mobile, man. This is for the, I see this car out on the streets, and every time I see the dude, he's got his ball cap on, it's backwards, he's got his sunglasses, he's got his left arm. We're in America. If you're in Europe, I don't know what it looks like over there. You probably don't even have these cars because you guys, big brain moves. But it's always, he's got his left hand up on the shifter and he's back. Like, you can barely see him, and he looks over at you. He's like, yeah, boom, boom, I got so much power, dude. And you're like, all right, first and foremost, if you got your left hand on the wheel, so the right hand's for the stick shift. This car doesn't have a stick shift, so if it's, his hand's on the stick shift, but he's doing other things with the stick shift. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my car is so cool. All right, so anyway, rant over. Dude, you guys, let me bring you the build. Let's just, I digress. If you have one of these, sorry. Look at the mirrors. We got wings on the mirrors, you guys. Like, I was blown away when I started customizing this car. I was like, I can't believe there are so many terrible things you can do to it. So I put them all on. For the engine for this build, you are running the stock 6.2 liter V8, 707 brake horsepower when we start, and we go up a lot from there. For the parts, you are running Silver Pro induction. You're running Elite Platinum ECU. You're running Elite Platinum fuel system. Gold Super exhaust. Elite Platinum Roots supercharger. It doesn't really matter what induction you put on it, the car is going to feel terrible always, but I got the best times and performance out of it with the Roots, so run that. Bronze Sport nitrous bottle. Elite Platinum road suspension. Sport Bronze brakes. Elite Platinum grip tires. Even with the grip tires. this thing is a boat. So I tried it with grips and started there, and I didn't even like need to change the tires because even these were rough. You are running the stock clutch, which is the Pro Silver clutch. You are going to run the Pro Silver 6-speed transmission. Any of the other transmissions take it well out of the class, and believe me, you don't want to go play an S Plus in this car. It barely does 210. You want to run the Elite Platinum differential. That way you can get the most grip out of it possible, 40%. Auxiliaries, nitrous drift, nitrous grip. I was able to micro drift with it, but it's so heavy. It bleeds so much speed in the corners that like you really are fighting it the whole way. For the handling, I'm all the way to the left, 40% grip, as much as you can bring it, you guys. Steering sensitivity, I'm 2 clicks high. Downforce, 1 click high. Anything less than that is 330, so I go there to give it the least amount of downforce possible because, believe me, you want everything you can to try to get this car to go fast. Traction control off, drift entry, brake tap. That is going to give you the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat 2019. S-Build 329, top speed 200. It'll do about 203, 204. 1074 on the horsepower, max torque 955. 0 to 60 doesn't matter. That stat actually might be wrong in the other direction. It actually might be slower 0 to 60 than that. And quarter mile is probably not right either. Gameplay footage. I got 4 races. I just took some races. I wanted to show you guys some stuff. The last 3 are kind of fun. I started a rivalry with a guy. He doesn't know we had a rivalry, but I did. And the first race, I accidentally block him and win. The second race, I accidentally crash him and win. The third race, I go full Hellcat mode and just ruin the guy's race and then win. So, whatever. I don't know, you guys. I don't love this car, but if you've got a good driver mod and you're running pub lobbies of people that are not that good and they're not running super meta cars, well, even if they are running meta cars, I beat people that were running the Skyline, the 1971, my favorite car, and just pummeled them with this thing. I DNF'd some people. I mean, I've got a folder of all my races I recorded. I've got 10 videos of me just stomping. So I grabbed 4 to bring you guys. Low key, and I mean low key. The Viper is faster by far. This is more controllable because it's so big and heavy. If you like, I know what I'm getting into in every corner. It's not going to turn, it's not going to accelerate, and it's probably not going to surprise me. So that being said, if you can predict for that and be ready for it, it makes the car, like, you know what you're getting into out of the gate, so you can kind of work around it. As long as you're using all of your boost and all of your nitrous to get out of the corners and accelerate, this thing's mid. It does okay. Good luck, you guys. I wish you the best. Drop a comment down below on what you want to see. Read through the comments and like the one that you want me to build. And like the video if you would, please, so other people will see the video, so that way we can keep on doing this and you guys can keep punishing me with these vehicles. I don't think you're gonna get me in a different car that's worse. Like, real talk. Like, put me in the Defender, baby. I won't even blink an eye at that. This is, I think, is like the hardest car to build because it really is that bad. It's just so heavy, you guys. It is so heavy. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting the channel. I'm having fun with this. Hopefully you're having fun with it too. If you have one of these and you feel targeted, take your hat off when you're driving and get your shifter out of your hand. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Alright, the hustle. This is a good long street race. I made this car look as obnoxious as humanly possible and still be passable, but as you guys know, it is a license plate filled with regret, and the wingtips on the side mirrors is nuts. Furious, he does not get a good launch there. That's not Furious Kong, that's not one of my boys. I don't know these guys. I wouldn't race with the Cornnut crew in this car on purpose, because if I was to beat them, they would probably need to start a new account and come back as a different alias because of the embarrassment. So I will say that if you race any of these guys that are currently in my lobby, just know, easy win, you guys. Just show up and finish. You'll probably do fine. This thing's really, I give it a hard time, but it's not as bad as I truly. No, it is, you guys. I can't sell it. I can't sell it. I try to micro drift there, I'm keeping that 3 bar until I get to this corner. Like, I am hell-bent on saving that boost. Get in there, do a nice tight corner, get a little bit of a Tron turn there, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling froggy. I'm like, you know what? We're doing alright. This is probably going to be a good run. Not going to be a good time, but a good time for this car. So I'm feeling good. Everything's looking good. And just trying to stay out of traffic. So I'm staying in the middle, giving myself lots of road on both sides to dodge early should I need to. Set the corner up, get a little wide there, get in here, boost in to make that corner a little sharper. Most cars you don't need to do that, but I'm using all of my boost to try to get a tighter corner. Getting back up to speed. And you'll see we have eked out 800 yards at this point on our opponents. Like, I don't know what these guys are doing. If they're just intimidated by Hellcat skill or whatnot. That was really rough. I really tried to do a good Tron turn there, but it actually turned a lot sharper than I expected, and so we died on the building. But we've got such a lead that really doesn't affect our end goal here. And so we power up the ramp. This car isn't, I mean, we're an S-Class, you guys, and it accelerates like an A-plus car. If I put this side by side with the Rosa, I really think the Rosa would probably win out of A+. Real talk. But regardless, we are still 300 yards ahead with a crash, and we're going to take the W in the Regret Edition Dodge Hellcat. Oh goodness, I didn't think I'd ever make these videos. You guys are putting me through the ringer, but I won a lot of races in this car, and it was hard to pick which gameplay footage to bring you, so there's that. Alright, so in this race, this kind of begins our rivalry with my friend Veyron over here. He's not really my friend, he probably hates my guts, but that's fine, that's racing, right? He's in the RSR, not a super dominant car in S, but like a good car in S, and we are keeping right with him, which is unreasonable. He doesn't see traffic very well, so that's kind of going to slow him down for a bit. I'm going to do everything I can to just get away. I ran these races kind of late in the US side of things for the time zone, so maybe the servers just weren't popping. Every time I would get a race of 5 or 6 people, I would have 3 by the end of it. So I really tried to just bring you races where everybody stayed in it and there was maybe something to see. This car does take really wide lines, like full turn, full lock on the steering wheel, and this thing just still kicks out really wide. You'll see I'm micro drifting there to really just keep a decent line through the corner without swinging out and hitting the railing. It does do okay. I mean, it stays in the 180 mile an hour range. It doesn't really like to go much higher than that. I mean, you can with boost in a long straight line, but 180 is really reasonably the fastest you're going to get. Carrying my micro drift through there, using it around that corner. That Ford Explorer decided that we didn't need to exist anymore, or Fusion, or whatever the hell kind of Ford product that was. Ruined our lives. But we're still got a bit of a lead. You'll see that Veyron is catching back up. He's closing that gap. Now watch this. We make this turn, and I'm just setting up my line. And he ends up rear-ending us, and that stops him dead for the most part. So now he's got to try to get back up to momentum and catch us. Which is really funny because that, if he had not rear-ended us, he probably would have beat us because I don't think I could have caught him back up. But because he rear-ended us, I get to stay in front and win the race. And thus begins the little bit of rivalry that I have with this guy. Let's move on to the next race. I've got a few here I want you to see. Alright, race 2 with the Veyron rivalry. If you are out there and you're watching these videos, bro, send me a message, get me on the side, come join the Discord, say hi. I'm sorry for the way that our lives interacted, but I leaned into full Hellcat mode. So, that being said, this car is not great. He really should wax us in that RSR, but a good driver mod will make up for deficiency in car, especially if you're riding opponents that do not have as good of a driver mod. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, that's kind of like the deal with the pista drivers. We can beat up pistas because the people driving them were usually of a lower skill cap. That being said, he might have watched the base builds video and he's used my S-Class RSR, which is good. Mad respect to him. Keep in mind, guys, remember how I said this car turns really wide? Unless you're Tron turning, it does. So I e-brake in there, slides a little bit, but it puts me right back into contention on our boy here. So my intention is to accumulate boost. We're going to come into this corner up here, this right turn. I'm going to hit boost. I'm going to go, swing right past him, and instead we murder the man. Just take him out. Full Hellcat mode. That was not intentional. I really I really wanted to just pass him. Just slingshot past him and be cool. But instead we get the takedown. So you know he's got to be feeling not super happy with my existence. But regardless, you know, that's racing. Rubbing is racing, and takedowns are burnout, and takedowns and Need for Speed are toxic. And here we are, baby, in the most toxic car. Same lines, just trying to stay clean. I don't know. I can't sell this car, you guys. It is tough to drive. It is big and boaty, but I guess in a pub lobby you can beat some people up. I don't know. I guess the good players are not online in the evening when I was racing this. And I really did try to get full lobbies, but none of the crew was on because it was really, really late. And I don't know. I queued up to a couple different servers trying to make it work. We get a little micro drift there, a little bit of a grip turn. We're going to use it right here to come around that corner. I'm trying to avoid killing myself on that pillar at all costs. Veyron is starting to finally catch back up. He's now within 20 yards. He's getting close. And I'm running my butt off the whole time to try to get away. So let's see if he can catch us. And nope, I'm looking back to see where he was at. He did bad in that back corner and crashed his car. So that's going to allow us to pretty clean, pretty decisive finish out this race. So that's cool. There's not like a lot of secret lines or really good tech with this car, you guys. It's just big, heavy, and slow, and so you've got to drive it like it's big, heavy, and slow. You know, micro drift where you can without losing too much speed. Use all of your boost and all of your NOS to get back up to speed to try to carry something in the straightaways. And I don't know, crash everybody that tries to pass you. So in the last race, he rear-ended us, we got the win. In this race, we wrecked him, we got the win. Let me show you how Fishhook goes. Alright, Fishhook. So, like I said, I've kind of got this rivalry thing going, right? That I've created in my mind, because that's how all the best stories go. It's the ones you have in the shower when you're arguing with somebody else. Here we go. In my mind, our man Veyron hates me. He hates my car. He hates everything I do. I get a bad start, and I'm like, alright, I'm really going to have to work my way up here. These guys have got me waxed. I mean, they should have no problem. That R32 is nothing special at S, but, like, really, it should have no problem walking this thing. And the RSR is plenty fast. I mean, you can see him eking out. You know, it's going up 240 yards. But oddly, we start to catch back up here, which is a little concerning for me because I'm not sure what tunes they have or what builds they have, but they need to do better. We're using our resources. Now we're gaining up to Veyron. And I've already stopped him from winning another race, crashed him out of the other one. I'm like, you know what? Full Hellcat mode. Let's go. And we we get him. I'm not proud of who I am, you guys, but you know, it's just how things go. So we take him out there, and I know that that man is upset with Alex Cornnut, but it's all right. Hey, buddy, you made it in the video. Just trying to keep it clean, using my boost, getting through the corners. This car really is like 25-30 seconds off pace in most of these tracks, you guys. I mean, it is nothing special by any means, but for whatever reason, I got a bunch of lobbies where people were just not that fast, and so I was able to get a lot of wins last night. It was kind of unreasonable. But we're just powering through there, using my boost, using my NOS. I mean, I don't know. You guys know these tracks. I've walked you through how to do it at pace in real cars. In this thing, it's just big and heavy. Like I've said before, just be aware of that when you're turning. It makes wide corners, and if you're prepared for that and you kind of just take it easy, it does all right. But the catch-up ability in this car is not there. Like if you crash, sorry, you're gonna have trouble catching back up. But maybe not. Maybe not. You know, you get a chance to run with Veyron down there, and you know, maybe you can't catch up. Like if you see me racing this car and winning in it, take notes of the names of the people that I beat, because just put that in your pocketbook. That those are easy W's, you guys. Easy W's. The Hellcat toxicity is intoxicating. Let's put it that way. A normal good run on this is sub 220. 216 I think is the crew record, and we are coming in at a very leisurely pace in the 30s, so you know, keep that in mind, you guys. 35, 33, oh god. Yeah, low-key not in love with this car, but you guys asked for it and I'm so happy to bring it to you. Hopefully you got a chuckle out of some of this race and the gameplay footage. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.